Guys, can you believe the momentum building around XRP? Right now, as we sit here on October 27th, 2025, XRP has been on a tear, surging about 3% in the last day to hover around $2.64, breaking through key resistance levels and setting the stage for what could be an exciting push toward higher targets. This isn't just random volatility, it's backed by strong trading volume, institutional interest, and upcoming events like Ripple Swell 2025 that's got the entire community buzzing. In this video, we're diving deep into the latest XRP news, breaking down the technicals, exploring on-chain data, sharing insights from the XRP community on platforms like X, and unpacking what this all means for the future of this powerhouse cryptocurrency. Remember, folks, this is not financial advice. I'm just an enthusiast sharing insights from my background in engineering, where I've seen firsthand how innovative tech like blockchain can solve real-world problems in payments and beyond. Always do your own research and consult professionals before making any moves. Let's jump in and unpack this crystal clear opportunity that's emerging for XRP. First off, let's talk about the current market landscape for XRP. As of today, October 27th, 2025, XRP is trading at approximately 264, up from a recent dip around 231 to 235 earlier in the month. Seekingalpha.com +1. This rebound comes after a period of consolidation where XRP tested support levels around 250 and showed resilience amid broader crypto market fluctuations. Looking at the charts, we've seen a clean technical breakout from an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a classic bullish signal. Coinedia.org. For those new to technical analysis, this pattern looks like a person's shoulders and head upside down on the price chart. It often indicates a reversal from a downtrend to an uptrend. In XRP's case, it broke out past 2.6363 with a 31% spike in trading volume above. Weekly averages repositioning bulls for a potential push to 2080. The CryptoBasic.com, that's huge because volume confirms the move. It's like the crowd cheering louder at a concert showing real conviction behind the price action. To add more depth here, let's examine the daily chart more closely. XRP has been consolidating near 2.64 as traders eye breakout from a tightening symmetrical triangle pattern that's been forming since July. Seekingalpha.com. This triangle is characterized by lower highs and higher lows, converging, often leading to a volatile breakout. Current support is solid at 240 to 250, aligning with the 200-day moving average. A key long-term indicator that bulls have defended multiple times this year. On the upside, breaking 270 could open the door to $2.90, and if momentum builds, we might test the psychological $3 level soon. Coinpedia.org net outflows from exchanges hit $8.46 million on October 27th alone, extending a trend of coins moving to cold storage, which reduces selling pressure and hints at holder confidence. Seekingalpha.com. From an engineering standpoint, this is like optimizing a system for efficiency. Less circulating supply means more value per unit when demand spikes. Zooming out to the weekly chart, XRP has been forming a symmetrical triangle since mid-2025, with converging trend lines that suggest a big breakout is imminent. As GameMaker, FTWR support is holding firm at around 240 to 250, which aligns with the 50-day moving average, while resistance looms at 280 to 3 hours. If we break that upper level, analysts are eyeing 325 as the next target, with some optimistic forecasts pushing toward $5 by year end. Fool.com +1. One key metric here is the relative strength index RSI, currently at 52 on the daily chart, which is neutral but trending up, meaning there's room for more gains without overheating. Kogate.com. On-chain data supports this too. Whale. Activity has been ramping up with large holders, accumulating over 250 million XRP in recent weeks, and exchange supplies dropping by up to 90% on platforms like Coinbase, House GameMaker, FTWR. This scarcity dynamic is like fuel to the fire, potentially leading to a supply shock where demand outpaces available tokens. In fact, Whales added $480 million worth of XRP in just 48 hours recently, signaling strong conviction from big players. I'm Manuen7. Speaking of supply, let's dive into one of the hottest topics in XRP news right now. The potential for a massive supply shock in 2025 is crypto with Ankit. Out of XRP's total 100 billion supply, about 57.4949 billion are in circulation, but a whopping 95% of that is locked in escrows or held by institutions. Game maker FTWR analysts like Zach Rector are pointing out that if spot XRP ETFs get approved, and there's growing speculation around that, these funds could lock up billions in XRP, creating an imbalance that drives prices parabolic. Crypto with Ankit Rector's targets $5 to $12 by December 2025 depending on inflow speeds is crypto with Ankit. This ties into recent moves like Evernorth's announcement of a 1 billion XRP treasury plan, which could absorb significant supply and act as a catalyst. Cryptoslate.com. Evernorth spent roughly $947 million, acquiring 388.7 million XRP, and it's already paying off with $75 million in early gains as prices rebound. Cryptoslate.com. From my engineering perspective, this reminds me of prototyping payment systems back in the day. We'd simulate supply constraints to see how systems scale, and XRP's fixed supply with built-in burns, where transaction fees destroy tokens, is designed for exactly this kind of deflationary pressure. Over 12 billion XRP have already been burned since inception, amplifying scarcity as adoption grows. Ask game maker FT Babar. Imagine if full adoption hits, analysts warn of a shortage even now with liquid supply as low as 2 to 3 billion tokens. Remy Relief X to expand on this. The supply shock theory isn't just hype. It's grounded in real metrics. With only a fraction of XRP truly liquid, any surge in demand from ETFs, treasuries, or partnerships could create a shortage scenario where prices skyrocket to balance the equation. Remy Relief X crypto founder Dom Quack urges holders to hold it until it reaches $1,000, emphasizing long-term potential over short-term flips. The CryptoBasic.com Tradeship University founder echoes this, saying XRP is about to make a massive move based on historical patterns. The CryptoBasic.com. If the crypto market hits 10 trillion, 50 trillion, or even 100 trillion and XRP maintains its share, prices could reach astonishing levels. Think 10 plus in optimistic scenarios. TheCryptoBasic.com. But let's be balanced. While bullish, this assumes regulatory tailwinds and adoption ramps up without hitches. Now, no XRP news roundup would be complete without talking about Ripple Swell 2025, happening November 4th-5th in New York City at Convene Hudson Yards. Ripple.com+1. This is Ripple's flagship event, and this year's lineup is stacked with over 60 speakers from finance and tech, attracting 600 plus attendees from 40 plus countries. Coinaba.com. Expect keynotes from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse on the company's next steps, live demos of stablecoin payments on the XRP ledger, and discussions on tokenized assets. Game maker FTWR. Speakers include heavyweights like Maxwell Stein from BlackRock discussing tokenization of 12.5 trillion assets, Adina Friedman from Nasdaq on blockchain migration, Sandy Cowell from Franklin Templeton, Ryan Rugg from Citi, Cynthia Loboet from Fidelity, and more. The CryptoBasic.com+2. The agenda kicks off with a welcome reception on November 3rd, followed by sessions on crypto and financial services, stablecoins impact. On global payments, regulatory leadership comparing US to global progress, tokenization in capital markets, prime brokerage and clearing innovations and crypto ETFs. Ripple.com plus one day one wraps with the Swellbration featuring Ripple's Blockchain Innovation Awards, while day two dives into technology innovation, security, compliance, custody, and financial inclusion. Ripple.com plus one. The community is hyped because past Swell events have sparked major rallies. In 2017, similar announcements led to 600% surges. was GameMaker FTWR this year, with themes around real-world asset RWA tokenization. A market potentially worth 654 trillion swell could be the big bang for XRP's utility in cross-border payments, and DeFi, a GameMaker chopped FTWR Sandy Pang from Franklin Templeton, has teased this migration, and with Ripple's recent acquisition of Hidden Road, their positioning as a multi-asset broker, bridging TradFi and crypto as GameMaker. FTWR sessions like Unlocking the Future of Prime Brokerage and Clearing with Ripple will feature Michael Higgins from Hidden Road, Jeremy Smart from XTX Markets, Carolyn Weinberg from BNY, and Giovanni Vitioso from CME Group, exploring how to rewire trade finance and FX rails. Bitcoinist.com. Another highlight: US regulatory leadership in crypto, global comparisons and 2025 priorities, with perspectives from Summer Mersinger, Blockchain Association, and Anna Kumar Atlantic Council. Bitcoinist.com, Bitwise CEO Hunter Hawley, Canary Capital's Stephen McClure, and Bitnomial's Luke Hateston will discuss crypto ETFs and on-chain funds. Bitcoinist.com. This event isn't just talk, it's where deals get made. And with BlackRock's CK's presence, speculation on XRP ETFs is at fever pitch despite recent delays due to uncertainties. CoinCentral.com+1. Let's hear from the community on X, where the buzz is electric. Take this post from our XRP Avengers on October 14th. Experts warn history may be repeating itself. If patterns hold, Yak XRP could surge to 127, and with BlackRock K's presence at Ripple Swell 2025, the market is buzzing with breakout energy. XRP Avengers. That's some bold optimism, but it echoes historical parallels to 2017's run-up. Another from Arazamasus today. There's growing talk about a potential XRP supply shock brewing in 2025. Analyst Zach Rector believes that once XRP ETFs go live, they could lock up a massive share of the circulating supply. His price range sits between $5 and $12 by December 2025. Crypto with Ankit and a Remy Relief X shared XRP as right now is already heading to a shortage, and we don't even have anything close to full adoption. Remy Relief X. These voices highlight the excitement around scarcity and adoption from USM Lear 22 broader 2025 outlook. XRP for the full year forecasts are predominantly bullish, with an average year-end target of 355 NOS. Deep Sun, then Amaruya Nos XRP price. Prediction: 2025 analysts target 680 as whales add 480 in 48 hours. Mongwanduro 7 at Deepsun predicts by the end of 2025 the price will reach 5 peak at 25 in early March. Heideban Levi Reidelt at Levi Reidveld. Ripple's upcoming Swell 2025 event could be a major catalyst. Might drive DXRP above 20 darlings, a Remy relief. X and a stay day there com. XRP price prediction eyes 580 in 2025 age. There com, a chart nerd. TA notes. The next stop is a new ATH. 242 is the current support lifeline, a chart nerd. TALG, I3P echo, similar targets LG, I3P. Finally, Ambulanchong Q4. 2025, 3.5, 4.88, 2026, 2027, 20 to 30. Chartner TA and Obrek XRP will rebound hard, rallying from under $3 to $1,020 by the end of 2025 OBC. This community sentiment is overwhelmingly positive, focusing on data-driven insights and shared enthusiasm expanding on community vibes. Afewan's Oneron posted Q4 2025 liquidity euphoria fuels record highs early, 2026 debt implosion and credit freeze shatter. Global markets from the ashes. XRP rises as the Phoenix bridging banks CBDCs and stablecoins FIFI won crypto with Ankit shares XRP accumulation phase. Signals breakout. DeepSeek AI predicts XRP and 2025 surge. ETF odds climb. Crypto with Ankit RBREC again. XRP will rally hard from here to $1,020 by the end of 2025, and that's conservative. RB GameMaker FTBR provides a detailed weekly roundup. Treasury and supply shock theories analysts forecast 2.2 to 5.6 to 62 by the end of 2025, or GameMaker FT Baba. Ajak Rippler another great watch, 3 to 4 digit XRP before end of 2025, a 1 million XRP price prediction in a decade, a Ripplera crypto with Ankit, again XRP eyes breakout, ETF odds 70%, GMI joins, SBI in treasury deals, crypto with Ankit are megawise, one short-term 5, mid-term $100, long-term 10,000. Imagine the global financial revolution, Omega 1 Funa. Why XRP is primed for mass adoption in 2025. ISO 2022, compliant deflationary burns scarcity 1K childs, play Hyansenfer CryptoRank.io, key achievements regulatory clarity. Spot ETFs debuted with 37.7 Medit volume. XRPL exceeds 7 ME accounts as a CryptoRank.io. These posts show a chorus of optimism blending technicals, fundamentals, and visionary outlooks. Shifting to educational content. For newcomers, XRP is the native token of the XRP ledger, XRPPL, a decentralized blockchain designed for fast, low-cost global payments. Cryptoslate.com. Unlike proof-of-work chains, XRPL uses a consensus protocol that's energy efficient and settles transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. Ripple, the company, leverages XRP for products like on-demand liquidity, which helps banks move money across borders without pre-funding accounts, solving inefficiencies I encountered in my engineering prototypes for cross-border systems. Think of XRP as digital oil for the financial machine. It lubricates transfers with daily volumes hitting 1.58 billion. Game maker at Tubayor. Recent upgrades like XLS86 firewall for scam protection and Ripple 2.6.1 for better consensus make it even more robust. Coingape.com. Plus, with RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin launching, it adds utility as fees are paid in XRP, Might.com. XRPL now boasts over 7 million accounts, a thriving ecosystem with TVL at 400 million, and ISO 2022 compliance, making it bank-ready for messaging standards. In my engineering days, we'd battle silos in legacy systems. XRP crushes that with seamless interoperability. To go deeper educationally, let's compare XRP to other cryptos. While Bitcoin focuses on store of value with high energy use, XRP prioritizes utility and payments, outpacing it in speed and cost. Ethereum excels in smart contracts but suffers from high fees. XRPL's programmability via hooks and AMMS offers similar functionality with lower barriers. Solana boasts high throughput, but XRP's proven track record in enterprise adoption, think partnerships with SBI, DBS, gives it an edge in regulated spaces. Risks. Volatility is inherent. A broader market dip could pull XRP back to 2.00 supports. Ongoing SEC appeals add uncertainty, though the 2023 ruling clarified secondary sales aren't securities. GameMaker, FTWREETF, delays like recent ones from Gayscale and Bitwise due to shutdowns could temper short-term hype. CoinCentral.com, but positives outweigh CME futures at 18.3 billion volume. Spot ETFs already debuting with 37.7 bit and market cap at 162 billion. CryptoRank Geo looking ahead, catalyst abound. Spot XRP ETFs could bring in 37.7 mids, initially scaling to billions per forecast. GameMaker Jeffer institutional adoption via RWAS and partnerships like G Treasury's 1AB move signal mainstream integration. GameMaker FTWR for 2026 to 2027. Predictions like $20-30 from RB launch, or even $10,000 long-term from our Remy Relief X, paint a transformative picture in 10 years with full utility. XRP could redefine finance, potentially reaching 100 plus if banking adoption explodes. Full Coin Codex sees $325 by October 2026, while outliers like Dom Quark aim for $1,000. Full.com +1. Philosophically, this is about blockchain evolving from rebel tech to infrastructure with XRP as the bridge erasing borders. Another anecdote in prototyping, we'd hit walls with slow settlements. XRP's 3-second confirmations would have been a game changer. Today, with RLUSD and RWA tokenization, it's realizing that vision for novices. Think of XRPL as a global highway for value, fast lanes for payments experts. The 654 TRWA market means trillions in potential flows. Its game maker, FTDWR, psychologically FOMO from institutions, could accelerate this. Whales moves signal smart money's edge. Wrapping up, XRP's new cycle is firing on all cylinders. From price breakouts to swell hype and supply dynamics, this crystal ball of fundamentals reflects a bright path ahead. If this breakdown resonates, smash that like button, subscribe for more. Turn on notifications and check the description for secure XRP resources. No pushy sales, just tools to empower you. Share your price predictions in the comments. What do you see for XRP by year end? Let's build this community together.